All right. Hello, welcome to Moses Tech Fix, and welcome to the default key fundamentals for Microsoft Word. All right. So, without wasting any more time, let's go right away and open a new Microsoft Word. So, you come down here to the search, and then you type in Word, and then you can go to Word, and then a document will open. So we're going to use a blank document, and then we are going to start right away. Last time we discussed the home tab. So now we are going to discuss the insert tab. So the insert tab, you see it has a lot of things, but we only use a few of them in here. And then, yeah, so let's go deep and see what to do. All right, so under the insert tab, we have a ribbon. So the ribbon has these many functions to use, but we only use a few. So to start, I'll start with a cover page. So remember I told you whenever you see a drop down arrow, that means we have more features to use inside there. So when you click on this drop down arrow, you have more designs of a cover page. So I believe many of you know a cover page, for it is like the startup page, which when someone is designing a textbook, the cover page is the first loading page. It is like the title which covers what you want to what you are talking about. So when you come to the cover page and then you use the drop down arrow, you will see some of the designs right here, and then you can choose one. For example, if you choose the integral, you click and then you see the integral coming. So this is where you will explain briefly what you are going to talk about. You just write the titles or the big headings of what you are talking about. And then next we have the blank page. A blank page is we don't normally use it because the computer gives us blank pages automatically, like this one. So this is a blank page. And the page break, we don't need it as well, because in between the pages, that is what we call a page break. All right. And then after there, let's move on to the tables. So tables, I believe all of you know tables or tabulars. This is when you want to create a table format in your work. So you can automatically design, select how many rows and columns do you need right here. Though it is these are limited ones, all right, but you can easily tap on each one that you need, and then you select, you click for the tables to apply in the document. Or you can use another important option, which is to insert a table. For example, if you have a table of 16 rows and 17 columns, this is where you can do that from. You go to the tables. Instead of selecting these ones, the normal ones or the automatic ones, you can just say insert the table. So here you can basically even put 10 columns, and then you want 15 rows in that. So the moment you click OK, like that, you will see the tables forming with the rows and the columns of your choice. So this is the best trick to use in the tables, though sometimes it is tiresome for you to count the rows and the columns on your sheet of paper physically, but it is the best and quickest way to help you insert a table which has many rows and many columns. All right. Then we have pictures. Pictures, this is when you want to, for example, put an illustration or a picture from a field or a picture of anything that you would like in your Microsoft Word. And for example, the first selection is this device. So as you see, the description says insert pictures from your computer. So This one needs when you have already downloaded the picture and it is saved on your computer. So this is when you can use this option here. Because when you click this device, the computer will prompt you, or the computer will take you to the place, or to the downloads folder, or somewhere, or to the pictures folder where you have saved your presentation picture. So for example, if your picture is in the folder of pictures, it is okay. If it is in the documents like this, if it is in the downloads like this, any of these pictures, so you select the picture that you want, or anything that you want to insert, or a drawing, and then you come right down here and you say insert. So when you insert, your picture will be ready to get down into your Microsoft document, and then you will be able to maybe center it up, edit it somehow, and then yeah, you continue with your presentation. And then when we go back to the pictures side again, the next three of these items, we don't normally use them because they require internet. So you only use them if you like, but you have to bear it in mind that they require internet. And some of them, many times they cannot like bring out what you really need. They give different pictures. So it is better you go online, you search the picture online, you download it, and then you come and use this device option. Otherwise, if I explain these ones, they will take us some more good lesson or some more good time, and yet they don't give a correct result. So it is better to use this device format, and you select a picture that is already in your computer. And then next we have the shapes. Shapes, they're like uh, as normal shapes, the ones you learned in your schools, like the triangles, the squares, the lines, the arrows, the what. But these ones we basically use many of them when we are designing signposts. All right, when we are designing signposts, we can use many of them right here. For example, if you want to insert a shape, for me, I love the smiling face, which is here, the smiling face. So when you click on the smiley face, and then you will see your cursor will change to a plus, right? So when you want to insert the smiley face, you left click on the mouse of your laptop, or of your touchpad, or the external mouse that you use. You left click without removing the finger, and then you drag either to the left or to the right, or upwards or downwards, or anywhere you like. So you drag, right? You drag, and then you will see that you have a smiling face. So later on in the coming lessons, we shall have to learn how to edit and do some formatting of these shapes. But for now, that is how we do it. You basically come to the shapes and then select a shape that you like, for example, the smiley face, and then you come anywhere that you want to insert this face. You left click without releasing the button, either on the touchpad or on the mouse itself, and then you drag. Just simple as that. Your face, smiling one, will be there, right? And then also icons. These icons, they also require internet, so many times you cannot work with them when you are offline. You will need internet to work with icons, but we also do not use them. We rarely use them because they are very little things that people can focus on, though we shall also have a class about them in the future. But shapes, we use them very much. All right, and then we have a smart art. So smart art is like maybe if you are doing an organization structure, or if you are doing maybe basically, yeah, let me call it an organization structure or a hierarchy, for example. like this, whereby you need to list from top managers and then the workers, the co-workers, things like that. So you can use the smart art, and then though we do not use it so much, you only use it at your own pace. For example, if you like the design, the alternating hexagons, you just click and then you have a preview here. You click here, you have a preview of this. You click here and then you have a preview of this. So the moment you press OK, those the smart art, it has to definitely appear in your Microsoft Word the way how you see, and then you can be able to add texts, to do what, to make changes and type whichever thing you want. But basically they are just text boxes where you can fill and even add some pictures if you like, and then yeah, something like you type in texts, things like that. But we don't normally focus on these ones as fundamental tools. So we don't give them much time. We give them much time when we are designing a PowerPoint that we shall see in the lessons to come, a PowerPoint presentation. That is when we focus on the smart art. But here in the Microsoft Word, we can use charts if you like. You can use a chart. For example, when you click on chart, we have a lot of charts: bar charts, pie charts, area charts, map, rider, so anything. So for line charts, pie charts, when you click, for example, on a pie chart, you have options here, whether you like a pie or you have like a 3D pie, anything that you want, you choose. And then when you click OK, the pie chart will have to appear in your document. But this one, a pie chart or a graph or a what, it many times works better when you have data. For example, when you have digits or numbers that you want to place in the pie chart, and it usually works better when you are in the Microsoft Excel. Right? It works better when you're in the Microsoft Excel. Here in Microsoft Word, you just use it as a simple priority that you may not focus on much, and just only if you want to use it. This is when you can have it, but it works better in Microsoft Word, as we shall see it in the lessons to come. And then yes, we also have a screenshot. So screenshots, they are as you will take a screenshot of your phone. This is the same way here how it works. So for example, when you click a screenshot and then you come down here to screen clipping, the computer will take you right away to your desktop, and your desktop will appear somehow like this. So if you want to show someone how your desktop looks like in a Microsoft Word, you basically left click and then drag on your mouse. You left click and drag. So the moment you remove your finger on the left button of the mouse like this, the computer will automatically take your screenshot to your Microsoft Word. So now here you can minimize, play around with the size, do this, do that, and then explain to the person you want to explain to the reason as to why you have this screenshot. So that one we always do not focus on it so much, but another takeaway, you can use it, the screenshots. And then we have media. These are online videos. They require you internet. If you want to use them, you have to activate your internet. And then when we go to the links, we do not use links so much right here, and bookmarks and the cross references. No, we don't use these ones so much. Fundamentally or by default, we don't use them so much. We use them at very, 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 very rare occasions. And uh, sometimes when we are using the links and the bookmarks or the cross references, we use them on very, very much official documents. Official documents. This is where we use them. For example, I will show you one here. When we want to use, for example, a link, remember I told you whenever you see a drop down arrow, there is there are more options. So when you come down to the link and click a drop down arrow, you can see that I have been working on documents right away here, but they can happen to be my links when I like. Or if I do not want to choose from any of these, I can just go directly to insert the link. So when I go to insert the link, the computer will take me to the documents folder. And then I will have to look for one document that I want to link, or the PDF that I want to link. For example, the Oraimo order. I click on it and then say OK. So the computer will create for me a link in my document. So when I save my work, this link automatically appears, right? And many times when you open the hyperlink, and after saving your work you open the hyperlink, you say yes, the computer will automatically have to open and look for this file. Right, as you see, it will look for this file and then it will open for you this file, right, as you see. So linking is just the easiest way of excuse me, of accessing documents without going to very, very far away steps. So if I want my boss to access my Oraimo order in my laptop, I'll just put for them a link. So the link will definitely have to push them to the Oraimo order. But when I send this document via email, the computer will not open this order because it will not detect my Oraimo order on the laptop of my boss. So my boss has to be using my laptop. Otherwise, if he or she doesn't use my laptop, they will not see this link, right? So when you put a link of a document, it has to be on your laptop, all right? But when you send that link to someone else and they download the link, it might be possible for them to access this document because this document, it is not on their laptops, right? I hope you don't forget that. Nice. Then we straight away move to the comments right here in the comments. So as you know, I believe you have heard of comments. So comments are just everyday life things. For example, if I'm editing a document of my staff I'm supervising, I can easily write a comment like, Moses, please make this link short. All right. So instead of having a very, very long link like that, I can decide to make it short, or I can decide to tell my staff I'm supervising to make it short. It's like a comment to someone, or even when you are working, someone can give you a comment, someone can give a comment about your work. So things like that, they do always happen. After writing a comment, and then I can press the blue button to replace or to place the comment. So comments, let me say, we may not use them, but our bosses can use them when they are reviewing our files. Okay, so yeah, just to let you know where you can put a statement right, or what you have to add into a statement, or what you have to do with the statement, or a picture, things like that. So those are comments. And then next we have a header and a footer. So a header and a footer, these are always the first lines on the very extreme top of the document. So, for example, if you have designed a document and then you need to insert maybe your company name on top or at the bottom, you can always use a footer or a header. For example, a header, you remember I told you whenever you see a drop down, that means you have more options. And then you see the examples that we have here. So I can choose the banded one. The moment I choose it, you'll see it will appear at the extreme top of my page. And then I can write my company name. All right, that's it. That is how we do a footer. So this one, the footer will always remain there. Even if when I print, it will still come. And it will apply on every page. You see, even here, it will apply on every page. Even if when I go here to the insert and then I insert a blank page, the footer and the header will always appear on every page that I'm working with. All right. So it is the same thing as well with the footer because you just come down here, you use a drop down arrow, and then you look for the format that you would like to use, and then you say, yeah, I use dark, iron dark. When you click iron dark, you will see that it corresponds with the header. All right. So Moses Tech Fix, Moses. You see, it corresponds to the header. And then it will also appear on every page of your document. Every page it will appear here and here, here and here. Every page it will have to appear. Right? Every page it will have to appear. And then that is a header and a footer. So we also have page numbers. I believe you have seen these things on documents online or somewhere else. You can either decide your page numbers to be on the top, to be at the bottom, to be in the page margins. So whatever I like. For example, if I choose bottom because it is always the, the, the interesting one, and I choose numbers, where do you want them to be? You want to be in the left, in the middle, in the right, or with the words or page one, anything that you like. So the moment you click, you will see page numbers will appear right here. So every page will have a page number, right? Every page will have a page number. Page one, page two, page 3. Though there are some instances whereby a cover page will not have a page number, a cover page will not have a Roman numeral number, it is just like that. It doesn't need anything. But the rest of the pages, they will have page 1, page 2, things like that. All right. So that is how we play around with page numbers. And then, yeah, next we go to the text. So we don't use this, the Japanese greetings, and then we don't use too much text box, and then quick parts we don't use them so much, but we use so much the word arts. So word arts, they are like designs or word formats. If you would like to maybe put any in your Microsoft Word, for example, if you select any, remember I told you when you see a drop down arrow, it means there are more. So you can choose which one you like, and then, for example, if you want the green one down here, and you select it, you will have a dialog to put your text. So, and then you write the word that you want to be in the word art, and you can click OK. So the moment you click OK, your word art will have to apply, Uh, all right, here it is. So it will have to apply, and then you can play around with the edits as we shall see in the next lessons on how to play around with the edits in the Microsoft Word. Okay, so yeah, this is what we call word art, and this is what it does. Just an extra tip in the insert in the insert tab. So all of these edits we shall have to see them in the next classes, and yeah, I'm pretty sure you will enjoy them. So yeah, but this is how word art behaves. Okay, and then when we still go back to the insert, we have we have what we call a drop cap. All right, a drop cap, that one here, the drop cap. So whenever uh, you are typing your work, uh, whenever you're typing your work, you can you have ever seen a document whereby the first letter uh, of the document is really too big, and it is a bold one, and sometimes it is designed in like the italics mode we saw last time on the home tab. So many times we use a drop cap. So a drop cap, when for example you highlight, we always use it on the first letters. When I highlight the first letter of Moses, and then I come here to drop cap, and I choose the first section, you will see how this one behaves. Or if I choose in the margin, you will see how it behaves. So this is how a drop cap appears, or this is how a drop cap is. I believe you have seen a lot of documents, for example, in the newspapers or somewhere else, with such a format of writing whereby the first letter is big, and then the other second three, four, five lines they have small letters, right? So that is a drop cap. We don't normally focus on it, but as an extra tip uh, in the Microsoft Word, whereby you, if you would like to use it, there will be no problem. That is how a drop cap behaves. We always highlight the first letter of a paragraph, and then you'll come to the drop cap and then select which one you like, or you have dropped in, or you have dropped in the margin. So and then it will appear. You can even go further and play along with minimize it, push it the other way, push it this way, and then maximize it, do that, do this, do this. So it depends on how you would like it to appear on your design. All right. So yeah, that is how a drop cap is, and you can highlight it, and then you come back to the home tab that we saw last time in the first lesson, and then you can go on and change its size to maybe 16 to 72. You can come and change its language: Open Sans, Times New Roman, Algerian, so anything that you like. You have to just play around with it. So Microsoft Word is not a difficult document, or it's not a difficult program, but the problem is to find where the functions that you want to use are, or the problem is to understand what you want to use. But everything will become simple for you in the next lessons that we shall be having. And all right, so we also have signatures. We do not use signatures so much because if you have designed a document and you need to sign, you use your handwritten pen, or if you are a director or a boss somewhere, you use your normal signature and a stamp. And then date and time, we do not focus on that one very much. Even objects, they are not, we don't consider them to be default snatches of word. And the equations, unless if you are setting an exam, for example, a mathematics exam, This is when you use the equations in the insert. You go to the drop down. Remember, I told you the drop down means we have more options. You go to the drop down and then you select which one you like: expansion of sum, Fourier series, uh, binomial theorem, or area of a circle, anything that you need. So for example, if I select expansion of a sum like that, you will see the moment I click on it, I have it right here. It is right here. Okay. So this one just only, it's an extra tip in Microsoft Word, but we many times use it when you are like setting an exam for your students, like mathematics teachers and physics teachers. They always go to the insert, they look for equations, they insert equations, and then they print out and give to the students. Okay, so it is the same thing with the symbols. We have many symbols: the copyright symbol, the yens, the euros, the watt. So everything that you click, it will appear on the symbol that you check. Everything that you check, it will appear. Everything that you check, it will appear. So it depends which type of symbol would you like to use, and it is not there in the on the keyboard, or in the you have searched for it and you don't know how to get it. So this is where you have to use in a symbol. And we have many symbols. When you come to the symbol and then check for more symbols, we have a lot of symbols. A lot. All of these ones are symbols. And then we also have the subset, we have more symbols like the superscript and subscript symbols, the general punctuations, all these, they are symbols. So it depends on which one are you looking for that is not on your keyboard and you would like to use it. All right. And then e-signatures, we always leave these e-signatures because when you are designing a document, it will be very, very important and very crucial for you to use your handwritten signature or a stamp. So those are the basic default fundamental tools we can use in Microsoft Word on the Insert tab. So the next time you come, we shall have to look at the draw and the design the next time we have a lesson. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe Moses Tech Fix, and yeah, to get more lessons like this. So see you in the next lesson. Bye bye.